Hi, I just wanted to record another video. Here I'm showing that I'm using a Shakespeare ultralight rod. Um, it was cheap. I got it from Walmart. I don't know, maybe 20 bucks, $25, something like that. I wanted something that I could use for crappie or bluegill, something light. And it has a pretty good tip to it, or it's pretty a fast, like a fast action tip. I've got a slip bobber on here, which I'm going to talk about later, and a little chartreuse um, jig. And anyway, so I'm trying to use it here, throwing it up next underneath a boat dock. Um, we have a little bit of wind here today. It's probably blowing 13 to 15 miles an hour, and it doesn't necessarily look it, but it is really cold. It's probably 50 to 55 degrees, which isn't super bad, but with that wind, it's certainly I was cold. I was not necessarily enjoying myself at all. Um, Not easy to see the bobber. Using a slip bobber here, probably had it out about maybe 4 feet, 3.5 feet, something like that. I figured the fish, if there was anything there, would be a little deeper in the water. Um, my boat is not yet in the water, so I'm really fishing from the shore while I'm waiting for the temperatures to get a little bit better. And I'm trying a little bit out here as well. This is one of I'm actually in a park area where we have a boat ramp. And I'm just trying to, throw this thing around. I didn't really mess around with what I was trying at this point. It was more fun just to see the slip bobber work. I have used one in the past, but never on a light rig. Usually when I go for bluegill or something small, I usually use a fixed bobber, and then I might slide it up or down, to make my adjustments. But anyway, so now I've gone over to where I have my boat stored. When it's in the marina. This is one of our marinas, and boy, it's always trouble getting a fishing pole underneath this gate. But this marina has a number of boat slips, and I'm going to walk to it. We have two different gates, and so the marina is basically broken down into two sections. And I've got the section that is closest to the opening of the lake, and Lake Conroe, and which is kind of good in that you don't have too far to go into the marina when you want to go in or out. The bad news is that because it's so close to the marina, to the lake, on windy days or when the current's really strong, you really do fight that getting a boat in or out of the marina. And I have a pontoon boat, so it's any kind of wind or waves even makes it a bit worse. This is a floating dock marina, and we do have some boat lifts in here. People put boat lifts in here. It does have power, and so this is my slip right here to the left, and so I've got an extension cord running around the from the power. You can probably see it laying there, and I've got it going around. So then I've got a couple of batteries on my boat for my trolling motor, and so it's very convenient to get everything situated and going, and I really like that. And so here I'm gonna try throwing this out. I've had limited success fishing from this marina. Strangely, I've caught quite a few catfish in here. I've caught one bluegill, no crappie, and not one bass. So I'm not that fond of fishing in here, honestly. But we do occasionally have some people who come in they'll be fishing the Lake Conroe in general, and you'll see up there there's actually somebody coming in, and what they'll do is they'll obviously come in on their bass boat, and they'll fish around the whole marina and then head out. So here I'm going to actually try. I've got these. I think they're gulp, but they're artificial crickets, and I'm going to take off this artificial plastic here, and I'm actually going to throw and by the way, that's a little tube jig, and so I actually embedded the jig head into the tube. Makes it pretty nice for covering it up and provide some weight at the same time. And here I'm just slapping this on here. I really, at this point my hands are freezing, and so I really just wanted to try anything, see if it would work. But during Hurricane Harvey, what I'm pointing to there is the fact that this whole marina actually moved. It came off of these poles, floated up over this, and the last finger dock there went over with that bulkhead that you see there, that V-shaped bulkhead. The whole thing, the whole marina was starting to float out into the to the lake. It was pretty incredible. The bulkheads that you see there are approximately 1 foot below the MSL of the lake, which is posted at 201 feet. So it was incredible. You got a couple boats coming in here to the marina to try their hand, and I watched them, by the way, and I did not see them catch anything either. They were using some plastic worms and stuff and throwing up underneath the boats and along the bulkheads, and they didn't have any luck either.